So yeah, let's get straight into this review.
Straight in with the goodness.
Straight in. So first off, we had the House of Black versus Darby and Sting. Yeah, the show, it started off with the House of Black coming out to their entrance. So they're doing their thing. Entrance looks amazing as always. And then all of a sudden, you see Darby and Sting come straight behind them and just straight with the attack.
They jumped them straight.
they just jumped them straight away. Boy. And then yeah, the match started off like that. So they was just battling throughout the on the ramp and then all the way down to the ring. And yeah, going back to the entrance. Obviously with Aleister Black gone, I like that Julia is the forefront of the entrance. So she comes out first and she's like the image kind of their whole thing. I think she's she's doing quite good, and she looks good in her role. I like what she's doing.
Yeah, I like it too. She like the figureheads, like she like she's taking over in the front bit. Even when Aleister was there, she kind of walks towards the front, and she's a good look for it. I like the way she changed her character for it as well. So
yeah, same here. Looking like a witch or something like that.
Yeah, she suits it really well, which I didn't see to begin with, but
yeah, me neither. I was thinking, they took her out of that damn group, man. She gonna be good in that, but yeah, this is a much better role for her, definitely.
100%. So yeah, it was a no disqualification match, so which was good because obviously you got Darby in there and you got Sting, so you got the guy with the bat and the guy who just don't give a shit. So it worked perfectly. Yeah. Chaotic madness backwards and forwards, as you'd expect. Sting got his moves in, as Sting does. Sting's finest, Sting's classics. I mean, he can go for his age, so I ain't got a problem with that.
Yeah. He can. There was a good few spots in that match. Even just to start off, Darby took a devastating chop from the whilst he was sitting on the ropes, knocked him straight outside of the ring. That was disgusting. Brody's chops are actually, I wouldn't want to be taking them. No. They're actually mad.
No chance. I ain't taking that. They're devastating.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, there was a lot of weapons in this match. Lots of tables, lots of chairs.
Yeah, a lot went down, as you can imagine, in the match. Some good moves. Darby hit a code red avalanche top rope off. I think it was off Brody. It was massive. It was
massive one.
It was a massive one.
Massive one.
Just proving again, Darby, he can go. He can really go. But it was good. There was a scary bump in the match where Sting went through the table and he looked like, he smashed the second table with his head, I'm pretty sure. His head smacked off it, and it was.
He went for the dive, innit?
Yeah, his head smashed off the table, so that was pretty brutal looking. But there's no reports or nothing, so I'm assuming he's okay.
Yeah, Sting needs to calm down with the dives, man. He's getting older and older, and these dives are just looking scarier and scarier.
Yeah, they are, man. They are. Brody and Buddy work together, which is good, but it seems like Buddy's going on a little vacation, so it looks like it's just Brody doing this thing, which helps him big time because I think it gives him the time to get over as a monster anyway. Yeah,
exactly. I think that would be a good thing for Brody, because as we've seen with Dante, his brother left and look at his position. When his brother comes back now, as he did before, it was more like, okay, now you look like the younger brother who needs more work to do.
For sure. That's exactly.
Because Dante just blew him out of the water. But yeah, Brody in singles matches, I think he'll do quite well. He's obviously had a good match with Darby already as a singles match. He's had a good match with Moxley for the championship, I think it was.
Yeah, for sure. That might be one of his first defenses against him. So
yeah, that was a good match as well.
It was a great match. He's definitely someone that will shine in singles matches.
Definitely.
So that's definitely something to look forward to for sure. If there's any to find the silver lining, I suppose, in the storm that's going on. If he's working singles, then that's good for the roster as well, that he can work in any position. So it's only going to get better.
Yeah. So anyway, I think after that dive spot that you mentioned from Sting, I'm sure he was handcuffed in the ring by Julia and Brody, and then that just left Darby by himself. And yeah, they just decimated Darby at the same time as well. They banged him. Buddy and his knees are crazy. I love the knee moves that he hits, man. Buddy's actually quite good, man.
He's
quite
really good. Really underrated.
Yeah. 100%. I'd like to see him more in singles matches. So the whole House of Black, they needed more singles matches, I think, to showcase them more because they are actually great as singles, as well as in a team. They're good as a team as well. But yeah, definitely for more singles matches. I think people needed to know who they are more before just chucking them in the trios, basically.
Yeah, that is definitely the downside of the faction. If you see one, it's that they work so well together, but the problem is they're all singles top stars. If you build it upwards, so that's the only negative I'd say. They're all singles top people, but again in the faction they're great as well. But they could all go singly. They all could hold a singles championship, and you wouldn't complain or argue with it. So
yeah, 100%. Which isn't a bad thing. That's how you really want factions and stables to be. Really, that if they are left alone, they can do their thing. So that's definitely a good thing to have within a faction. But then at the other hand, sometimes you want to see more singles matches from them because obviously they can do very well on their own.
Yeah. I think as long as you don't get relegated to something, you can't move out of it, for example, then it's fine. Which is why I think a lot of people didn't like the ideas of trios championships. Because if you've got that, then you're in the trios, you know what I mean? So you're not going to go and do singles. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, trios ain't doing that well at the moment, is it?
Yeah, I mean, gosh, I don't think anyone in that faction's won since winning those championships.
Not at all. And it's like there's no other people to face. Who are they facing now? They ain't got no one.
There's no build, there's no story for the trio. There's nothing.
But yeah, anyway, that's a different story. So Darby's dragged to the top of the ramp now. They're continuing the assault. I'm sure he reversed some moves and he got the upper hand somehow. I can't remember how.
Yeah, he reversed the Dante's Inferno, I believe, and then climbed the stage. Okay,
yeah, then he climbed up the stage, and jumped onto Buddy. I think done a coffin drop onto Buddy, and then obviously he's going to back to fight. Chatting some shit. I'm getting all tongue tied. So let me grab some water real quick, man. God damn.
That's all good. Yeah, I think you
edit that shit out, man.
Give me work to do, man.
I'm sorry. And yeah, Brody and Darby, they're fighting back and forth on the ramp now. I think Brody got him into a choke first. Oh yes, he did. So Brody's got him in a choke and he's dangling him off the stage. Darby gets out.
Yeah.
It's a good angle. I like the angle that they keep doing.
This choke.
The choke angle. It looks disgusting, man. It looks disgusting. Brutal. Yeah. And then Darby and Brody. I think Darby he reversed the choke somehow, obviously. So there's a struggle now. They're struggling to upper hand each other, and they've both fallen off the stage now through the tables. I think Darby must have licked his head because he was bleeding heavily.
Yeah, I think he did. He had staples and everything.
Yeah, that looked bad, but I'm sure he's fine as well because once again, no reports. I think he just got a few staples in his head. So that was them two out of the match now. So now it's just Sting in the ring, and then obviously there's Buddy, who's now retrieved Sting's bat and he's making his way back down to the ring. So I can't remember where Sting was at this point. Maybe Sting was already in the ring or he was crawling back to the ring. I can't really remember too tough of what happened. But anyway, Buddy's following him to the ring, or he's gone into the ring to get Sting now because obviously there's no one else in the match. And he set Sting up on some of the chairs that was in the ring. He sat him on it, and Sting's just laughing at him.
He turned Joker. He did. He started cracking up. Joker Sting came back for a little while. I was laughing too. So
yeah, Sting was just cracking up. And then Buddy went for the swing, and the lights go black. And then all of a sudden, out comes Great Muta for the save.
For the save of a fat poison mist.
Fat save, man, with a fat poison mist.
With a bathtub worth of water in his mouth. He sprayed this man down. Coated him. He coated him in green mist.
He coated Buddy completely. Basically, Buddy was green at the end of that.
He's turned man Shrek.
Literally. And then there was a bump after that as well. So obviously, as Buddy couldn't see, he's backed up into Julia, and she went flying, overshot the table. She hit it a little bit, but then I think she just licked her head on the floor or something like that.
Yeah, she broke the table with her arse, I'm pretty sure, and then just smacked her
Yeah,
head off the
yeah,
ground.
yeah.
So
Smacked her head.
straight on the concrete.
It
It looked awful.
It looked dirty, man. But once again, since we're recording this after, we know by reports that she's calm, luckily.
Yeah.
And yeah, Singh broke free after that and hit the Scorpion Death Drop for the win. And that was that match.
Yeah, it was what you'd expect from a Sting and Darby match.
Yeah, it was quite good.
Yeah, great. They had good chemistry with Brody and Buddy. They can all go, including Sting. So yeah, it was a great match. The disqualification, no disqualification, sorry, obviously helped in this matter because you got to have all these extra bits with the chairs and the interference and stuff. But it was a solid match. So I enjoyed it.
Most definitely. Yeah, same here. Is Sting and Darby undefeated as a tag team?
I'm pretty sure they have. I don't think they've been pinned.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm sure they haven't been beaten as of
No,
yet.
I don't think so.
Well, there you go, undefeated still. Sting and Darby.
And no championship. No. Yeah. Anyway, let's not run it down. But yeah, I think they should be in the run-ins for it. That'd be a pretty good feud, actually. The
That would
Acclaim
be a
versus
pretty
Sting and
good
Darby. You could do a lot with that, to be honest.
Definitely, because they already had great chemistry already. Actually, they'd done a feud before.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they done the rap against Darby
I remember that. Yeah.
and painted his face and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Darby. I think Darby has the best feuds in the whole roster. I think.
Yeah, he does. I think cause he makes it more. He makes it important, and he goes to town with it. So, I mean, he might just tattoo you on his arm or something. So,
Nah, that was ridiculous.
but yeah,
So yeah,
that's a good match, man.
yeah, that was a good match. So moving on to the next match, it was man like Ook and Bronson
Ook and Bronson.
versus Ook and Bronson versus 2.0.
Action and
2.0 look even more generic than generic than they used to. They look just like some created characters, man.
They do, don't they? I think
they have nothing to them, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is one of those cases where someone's got not a lot of buzz, but people say, oh yeah, these are the ones to watch. 2.0, they're good, they're from here, blah 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 blah. But I just haven't seen anything from either of them just yet.
Yeah, me neither.
And maybe when there was too much comedy stuff, but I don't know. There's just nothing there for me. I don't really enjoy the act because they don't really back it up in the ring, in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree. I have the same opinion as well.
So where they do have upside. They've got funny segments. You know what I mean? They do say funny things. And I know they're with Jericho and they're doing the comedic relief type gimmick, but you get in the ring and I'm not that interested. Because I never knew much about Danny Garcia either. But when he gets in the ring, you want to know more. You want to see it, and he's over time. He's gradually pulled me in. I'm a fan now. But these two, it's not happening.
Yeah, because I was gonna say them as a trio, they seemed a bit better. But then that just left me to be more in tune with Garcia rather than them two.
Yeah, I just thought they were holding him back. I didn't think they suited him. It didn't suit him.
Yeah.
So even then, I wasn't a big fan of it. But again, they have their moments. But again, in the ring, I don't see anything.
Yeah, nah, not at all.
This is probably going to be their best role. But anyway, moving on.
So yeah, Hook and Bronson made their entrance down to the ring, and obviously Bronson performed his entrance. Hook's costume, I must say, that was the sickest costume I've seen this guy wear. Well, one of his costumes in general is sick already, but this one took the cake, man. With the pumpkin face on the front and the back of the trainers, it was just sick.
Yeah, I also appreciate small details like that. If someone who takes time to sort out their attire, they're obviously very in tune into what they do. He knows that's a big part of your character, and he really has taken the time to kind of make it look decent, not just blend in. You know what I mean? That's different. No one else wears fight shorts, I don't think, in this company. So
Not that I've seen.
And he's got designs on them, so props to him. It looks good.
Yeah, such a simple costume, but it just looks perfect and it fits him perfectly.
It works. Yeah, it really worked. I think. So, what do you think of Action? Oh, I know he didn't do much, but
Yeah, Hook is great in the ring, as we've seen plenty of times. So obviously he's got his good moveset, he's got his throws, he's got his submissions. He's just great in the ring already. Um, Bronson, he done quite well, I'd say. He didn't really do much, but I think he done well enough to be, you know, to say it was a good performance from him. I say.
Yeah, for a non-active, well, I know he's training and stuff, but yeah, for an attraction guest, he did well. You can tell he's into it. You can tell he respects it. So
hit a nice power slam, a few shoulder. I don't even know what that move's called. Shoulder tackles.
Pretty much, he was on smoke at one point.
Yeah,
couldn't barge him down. So
yeah.
He could go. I hope he continues to train. He probably could do good in this sport.
Yeah, I think so. They look good together as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Say. If he keeps training, I'm sure he can get back in the ring and do something else if he wanted to, anyway.
Yeah, he's solid in the ring as well. So, yeah, it was what you expected. The whole match was what you expected. Nice, quick, straight to the point.
Yeah.
Just to put the beating on the JS, I guess, to whoop their asses. So it was a little. Well, I wouldn't even say it was back and forth. It was pretty much just to get your moves in and let's get out of here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is all it needed to be fair.
Yeah, they singled out Hook for a while, but that was obviously to get Bronson to get his hot tag and get his moment in there.
Yeah.
And then they just took them out after that. What was sick with this match was the finish. A double red rum from both of them to make them both tap. A double tap out. That was lovely. That was lovely.
DIY style. So yeah, that was good. It was good. It was solid. I mean, I can't complain. It is what it is, man. So yeah.
Yeah, it was good for what it was. And Hook is great. Performing singles once again, but you know, this is a nice little something to just enjoy, I guess.
They're in New York, innit? So
yeah,
an attraction thing.
Yeah, and then next we had Tony Nese and Josh Woods versus Wardlow and Joe. This is basically this is just a squash match, basically, as expected, I suppose. But damn, I thought it was gonna go on a bit longer. I thought Wardlow was gonna do a bit more in the match, but obviously it seemed like he injured himself very early on in the beginning. I think he clotheslined one of them outside the ring. I'm not even gonna try to remember their names or anything or who was who, but he clotheslined one of them outside the ring, and it looked like he landed awkward on his leg or something. So from there, I think that was Wardlow out of the match. He didn't come back into the ring until after the match was done. Samoa Joe just finished it off in the ring with
Woods. I think he hit Woods outside and then he was gone without any explanation. It was so weird. If you blinked, you missed it. You're looking for Wardlow, he was nowhere. And then Joe hit his spots. He did he moved out the way. And he just closed out the match.
He closed out the match quick.
I had no idea what was going on. Idea what was going on. This was just, let's get these two champions on the card, basically. And
I think either way, even if Wardlow didn't hurt his leg or whatever, I don't think he's injured. I think he must have just hurt it during those moments, because obviously he came back in the ring, gave those power bombs as he does. But yeah, even if it was going to be a normal match, it's definitely a squash. Look at who you're facing, really. You got Joe and Wardlow versus Nese and Woods. Okay,
this was a throwaway, unnecessary throwaway. But there was a point at the end where Wardlow was doing the powerbomb symphony to it was Sterling, I think, and Joe just keeps feeding him. I'm thinking Joe's gonna turn on him. It looked like it was a weird cam. It was like, this has to lead somewhere, but nope, we just fed him 4 power bombs and they just left. Really weird shit, man.
Yeah, quick squash match and done. I think it would have been much better to have these two in a quick singles match instead. Wardlow could have squashed someone and Joe could have squashed someone, I suppose. Or they could have done these singles match. Tony Nese and Josh Woods, I don't even see them as a viable tag team.
Yeah, they're not, man. They just want the Sterling guy doing something. Sterling's good, so he should be doing something, but he could do something better than this. You don't need these two throwaway guys. And Josh Woods and Tony Nese, they are good competitors, but you don't need to be managed and pushed in any type of way right now. You're not even built up. Sterling can manage someone who needs it, someone who needs a voice. He could manage flipping Brian Cage, bring him back to TV.
Yeah.
He needs to manage someone viable. These two aren't it. And if you've been watching Dark, you know they're not it. So
Yeah.
I mean, again, I know a lot of people don't watch Dart, but if you suffer that, then you've seen some of these guys getting banged anyway. So
Yeah.
like you
Poor
said,
Cage, man. We ain't seen him on TV in a while.
exactly, bring him back with Sterling because he can talk.
Yeah, definitely.
And Cage can't. So
Cage needs someone who can talk for him.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Taz was perfect, but I mean, we got a bet. We know I can't complain with the outcome. What happened with that? So you know what I mean. We got Ricky Hobbs and Hook from the outcome. So
Yeah. 3 top guys in my opinion.
exactly. And Cage got, well, I don't know where he is, but anyway, enough about Cage. Sterling's
Enough
good.
about
He needs to be
Cage.
used better. He needs to be used in a better
Definitely.
position. These two are not it. Joe and Wardlow, I hope they go into a meaningful feud now with someone else or shit with each other. I don't know. Just do something good.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think they just need something else for themselves rather than this feud. This feud, yeah, it's quite meaningless. It's not really gonna go nowhere. They don't seem like threats.
Yeah,
As we've seen, they keep getting banged. They keep getting banged repeatedly.
Yeah, they're not viable opponents. You're not taking Wardlow's championship, and neither of them are taking Joe's. So, what are we here for?
Yeah.
Oh, I know obviously championship don't need to exchange, but as a viewer, you want to believe there's some sort of threat. I can't see the threat,
Yeah, exactly.
so I think it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Not to be
Unfortunately.
cheap. But yeah, squash match. It's a squash match, isn't it? We're playing a squash match, but
Yeah, squash match does what it does, and that was it, really.
do what it do.
Do what it do. Unfortunately, Wardlow had his old music as well, but I mean, not his old music, his newer music. I prefer his old music, man.
Yeah, they mixed it. They've like fused it. I swear. It's like it starts off
Is it?
with the new Wardlow thing, and then it transitions into his old music, or vice versa.
I think I heard that.
They don't know what to do with his music. I'm pretty sure.
No, I think the newer one, the crowd doesn't really know how to react to it.
Yeah, so they left the front of it on though, that Wardlow part, and now
Yeah.
just get him a new tune. Just start fresh,
Yeah.
or use the old one because it was good, but you want to get a fresh
Yeah,
one.
use the old one or get a fresh one. Anyway, the next match was Jungle Boy versus Ray Phoenix. Now, this is a matchup that, yeah, this is just an amazing matchup. Ray Phoenix, one of the best. Jungle Boy, on his way to being one of the best. Yeah. Once again, another person who changes up his costumes quite regularly. Phoenix, congratulations, well done, clap clap. I love when people take care of their character. This costume was quite good as well. I like this costume also, a blue costume with the tassels attached.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, if you frequently change your costume, I'm a fan. But yeah, other than that, these two, they're great in the ring, and I think, yeah, they have great chemistry together also. This match was fast paced throughout, I think. A lot of back and forth and a lot of chops as well. As I see it on the screen there, oh my days. They chopped the shit out of each other.
They did. I mean, this match was, again, you get what you get what you see on the tin in the best way possible. You got two insane athletes. One like Phoenix, who is probably pound for pound their most skilled in-ring wrestler in terms of what he can do in the ring, and you got Jungle Boy, who's also got his own unique style in the ring, and he's they call him a pillar for a reason. Like, he's one of the people that will be the future of the company, and they're both 0 to 100. they don't really ramp. So in the ring, you get two people like that, two big star athletes. You put them together, this is what you get. You get a great match like that. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of backwards and forwards. Like you said, there was a lot of chops, which they included as well. That was their form of slowing it down, chops. but it's Phoenix versus Jungle Boy, so you should know what you had coming. It was a great match.
Yeah, great match.
Great chemistry.
Yeah, they should have more matches as well.
Yeah, they should, and they will in future. Moving along, they will have more, definitely.
Yeah.
This all helps Jungle Boy. I suppose the negative is Ray Phoenix is currently a champion, and this is like the second time he's flipping lost.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I said the downside to this is who you've put him up against. So Phoenix is a trios champion. He shouldn't be in these positions at the moment. They should really have something to do other than what they're currently doing.
Yeah, oh man, it's not even like It's just they have a massive roster, and they need to start utilizing it. I mean, Ray Phoenix ain't even heel, so it's like you've got a face on a face, and one you're trying to build up. He's about to go into a huge feud with Christian, who's a legend, and Luchasaurus, who's huge, and his ex-partner. And again, he needs to rack up victories. And on the other hand, you got Ray Phoenix, who is, you know, amazing in the ring. He's one of your top competitors, and he's currently a trios champion. And he did not need to lose again. That faction needs to stay away from losing. And this is the problem. If Ray Phoenix is the only person you have for that position, it's like, why have you got all these? Where is everyone else? You know, there's a lot of people you could have plugged into them. And I know I said earlier that it was a great match, and that's obviously why they've done it. Because Ray Phoenix versus Jungle Boy is a great match, but he's a champion now, so you need to be careful how you use your champions, because if people didn't believe in the trios championships before, this was your time to, you know, show people it can be done properly. But ever since, they've been losers. They've been absolute losers. And I know Pac won, but he had to drill man with a freaking hammer. He had to hit Orange Cassidy with the hammer to win his championship, and he's Pac. He's got 2 to defend, and he still had to cheat. So it's not a good look at all.
No, it's exactly the same position as we said last time with Keith and Swerve facing the Lucha Brothers. It was an unnecessary pairing for who they are. For example, the 2 champions versus 2 champions. Neither one of them needed to lose, so I don't think you should have put them together. Just like this, Jungle Boy, he can't lose at the moment, and Phoenix shouldn't be really losing at the moment either if he's meant to be one of the top champions as a trio.
Exactly.
Someone else could have been put in the position. I think last time with Jay Lethal, that's fine. You could put them together. Lethal can lose, and Jungle Boy could take the win. I'm sure there's many other people on the roster that could have been put in that position instead, other than Phoenix. Obviously, great matchup. And exactly. It could have been Tony Nese. They could have had a good match together, I'm sure.
And it's a fresh
would have
matchup.
Exactly. Would have been better than the tag team match that they had. Got squashed for no reason. Could have at least allowed him to showcase himself and have a decent match with Jungle Boy. Get himself out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people you could have plugged into there to take that loss, you know, and or you could have had someone. Or listen, you keep Ray Phoenix in there, and Luchasaurus comes out and costs him the match or something. Make it more storyline based. If you really want to use Ray Phoenix and have that backwards and forwards match, let someone come out and disqualify so no one actually loses. Luchasaurus comes in and either bangs. He bangs, Jungle Boy, obviously. So that would disqualify Ray Phoenix or whatever. So, so there's many ways you can still have that match and not make Ray Phoenix look like a chump.
Yeah.
But now,
exactly that.
He has not won since winning those triple trios championships. So,
the only person that has won is Pac.
So what's going to happen in a few weeks or something? There's going to be a trios championship match, and whoever loses to the Death Triangle, they're gonna look like chumps because these guys ain't won since.
So that's unfortunate.
It's a domino effect, and I think they need to remember that. That's just my opinion. I don't want to see a champion losing. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
That's the main thing. We just want the champions to look and seem strong, like they're untouchable because they are champions. They're champions for a reason, rather than they're in random matches getting banged. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And if they're gonna get
then
banged,
why are you a champion?
Put the championship on the line. If you're gonna get banged, lose it.
Yeah, exactly.
What? You could have
because if you're thinking logics now, if you put Jungle Boy in a trios team now I would say, okay, boom. So if he has a match with Phoenix and Retete, then they're gonna lose, and they're the champions. You shouldn't be thinking that.
Exactly. You shouldn't be thinking that. You could have easily just got rid of that Wardlow and Joe match, scrapped that, and you could have done a Death Triangle versus a trios, and then you could have put them over. They get their first defense, and then you can do Jungle Boy versus Tony Nese or whatever his name, Josh Woods or something. So you can still use them people.
Yeah, could have used either one of them in that match.
You know what I mean? or find one more person for them and put Jungle Boy with the other two. You've got so many options, but don't book your champion to lose. But anyway, I thought I'd just point that out.
yeah, definitely.
But the match, I don't want to take away from it. It was a great match, great chemistry.
Great match.
And yeah, I feel it feels like it's the resurgence of the Pillars. I feel like the Pillars are finally. I remember we was having a conversation like, these Pillars are done for. MJF's gone. Sammy, no one likes Sammy. Yeah. Jungle Boy, he's getting beat down and he's not really like that. And then Darby, he's a pincushion and he's kind of falling off in terms of like he doesn't do much. He just comes out as a random feud and loses or whatever, or wins. But it's like the Pillars are on a proper resurgence. They're all MJF's back. He's on fire. Darby, he's on fire. Hopefully he goes into a good feud. Sammy, he was in the tournament for the championship. Hopefully he starts building himself up. And Jungle Boy, he's in this feud, and it is very interesting, very captivating. I mean, mainly because of Christian. Christian's been doing some good stuff, but it feels like they're back in the focus now.
Definitely, I think once them two get in the ring as well, I think they'll have such a good match.
Oh, it's gonna be mad! I can't wait.
It's gonna be a good match, man.
That is gonna be crazy.
But yeah, with the Pillar thing, I think definitely there's more. It seems like there's more focus on them to bring them back to their Pillar status, because I was starting to think, okay, the Pillars maybe have shifted around a little bit, because I don't see it as them four anymore. But now that it seems like they're putting them back to where they was before or where they need to be, which is a good thing.
Yeah, how it should be.
That's how it should be.
That's how it should be. We can't get lost in the shuffle.
Exactly. The best thing about AEW is they're brand new and fresh. Well, ish. Obviously, it's been a few years now, but they're still brand new. So with that, they can have people that you haven't really seen on TV before, or maybe don't even know of, and you're able to see their growth and see them be from who they are now into big main event stars later on in the future.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about the build.
It's all about the build. That's the best thing to be able to watch.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I suppose the finish came when Jungle Boy reversed the Kanukaman Buster into a roll up. So it wasn't like
that's the better muscle buster.
Way better, but he didn't finish him in the result. It was a roll up, but sometimes I see that as worse. Sometimes like a veteran, but it is what it is. He beat him. Phoenix hasn't won since winning the straps.
Unfortunately.
I'm sure they'll get showcased. I'm just thinking about the championships. You could have put the doubters, to rest, but I'm sure there's a lot of doubt now. But anyway, Lucha Kane came out.
Lucha Kane. I got Kanosaurus written down here.
Kanosaurus Rex came out looking jacked.
Oh, man, he looks much better now than he did as a face. I think with all the black as well, he looks fucking sick.
All the black, his music, his pyro. This is perfect, man. This is absolutely perfect.
And the pairing between them as well is great. I said this before, when we wasn't sure if he was joining them or not. I said the pairing between them two, they actually look good together. Yeah,
it's a really good look. It does look like he's corrupted him and he's telling them what to do. And he's in his brain. He's in his brain. And so I'm looking forward to this feud. I was before. When they stopped it and put Luchasaurus back with Jungle Boy, I was pissed. I thought, you guys had it perfect. What have you done? But
I know, because I'm thinking, how are they going to do this if Luchasaurus is in it? He's a full gimmick now, full new gimmick. Yeah. So how are they going to do this to continue it when he's a heel? Yeah. But Jungle Boy is a face still. I don't think that would work. And he stayed I'm glad. Exactly. So I'm glad that they changed it back to be how it is now.
Yeah, it makes way more sense.
Definitely. And so Luchasaurus hit the hands on Jungle Boy and banged him.
He just smoked him.
I want to see from Luchasaurus again. He used to do this choke slam go to sleep as his finisher sometimes. I think it was on Dark maybe. I don't think he's done it on the main TV show. But I'd like to see him hit that move a bit more, because that move is just amazing.
Yeah, it's probably stopped because of Punk probably.
Yeah.
But it is a great move. And then again, Sammy still uses his, so hopefully he brings it back. It is a great finisher.
Yeah, it's a great finisher. It looks devastating, and use it. So next up, there was the backstage interview with Jericho's celebration. They was just celebrating basically. And Garcia wanted to talk to Jericho, but just didn't allow him. I think there's going to be something good. Well, as we've seen, obviously, there's been, back and forth dissension between Jericho and Garcia. I think it will still lead to Garcia joining the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah, I think it will. I kind of see Wheeler leaving, to be honest. I think there was a segment with
You
MJF.
think?
Yeah, I had this weird. I don't know. It's the way he was talking and stuff. I just got this feeling that he ain't long to stay in it too long. But anyway, back to Garcia. He's got to join, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he needs to.
It ain't even a good look sitting there with Jericho, to be honest. He looks out of place because he's not a sports entertainer. He is a wrestler, and it'll be way better to see him with Brian. But
Definitely, that would be quite interesting for you to leave the Blackpool Combat Club, though.
yeah, I don't know. I just
I say MJF's comments was right though. He has like died down a bit.
yeah.
Since then. Actually, I say that about Yuta quite a lot. When he doesn't have his matches and whatever, I'm like, I go back to thinking, that he's not that good. But when he did have his matches, I was like, oh damn, okay. But then it goes back to Yuta's not really that great of a wrestler until he has his matches, and then I'm like, okay, he's all right. But yeah, for me, I don't know. He keeps dying down for me instead of staying at a position where I'm saying, okay, yeah, he's great in the ring. For some reason, I'm not too sure why.
Yeah,
but for some reason,
I get what you mean. He does.
Yeah,
I think he's best when he faces high key opponents. If you see Yuta versus Josh Woods, it's boring. But if you watch Yuta versus Moxley or something, or Jericho, he's on fire. He's fired up. He's at his best. I think.
Yeah, that's. I think that might be it. That might be what I'm seeing as well.
So, yeah,
because he'll have a normal match, and I'm like, okay, I don't really see Yuta as that good. And then he has one of these big matches with Jericho or someone like that, and I'm like, damn, he's doing a madness here.
I think he just takes advantage of those spots, but he needs to do that all the time. Another problem I think he needs another finisher. I get that you can have a like Darby has one. Darby has the Last Supper where he can roll you up.
Yeah,
that's fine. You can have that, but you need an actual finisher because his finish to the seatbelt, it sucks the life out of the crowd. No one wants to see that. It just sucks the juice out of you. It's so abrupt.
It's like he doesn't have any big moves to hit. He doesn't have no big spot moves to hit. He's got that German suplex that he does now and then, but
he
ain't got no.
So,
he ain't really got moves like that to say, oh yeah, I like that move that he does. It's just, I don't know. He got the intensity and stuff, but he doesn't have the moves to put away someone. So he has to roll them up in some seatbelt pin finish.
It's just boring, man. It just ruins
because it's easy. Yeah, because it's even like you're going so mad in the ring, and then to put the person away, you're rolling them up in a roll up finisher basically. Exactly. And it's like, oh, so you just sucked all the life out of that energy that you just had to roll them up.
So my advice to him would be to get a maneuver. I think he needs more of an attack than a hold. Like he needs something that he can pull off, like something like, for example, Danielson's a very intense person, and he's got that Busaiku knee. So if he's on a mad one running around, he can lick you with the knee and pin you. Yeah. Or Eddie Kingston got the Hurricane or whatever, and he can slap you in your face and knock you out clean. So I think, like we said, I think he needs something short and sweet, like even Ospreay's Hidden Blade. Like he needs something like that where you can just pull it off and it's a quick night type thing.
Yeah, but Hidden Blade will be a good move for him.
Sure, but
for me, I think he looks like Samurai Jack.
That is Samurai Jack.
If he grew out his hair longer, that's Samurai Jack right there.
Samurai Jack. Exactly, there you go.
I think he should go full Samurai Jack gimmick.
Me too, mate. Blade of the Future. There you go, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Lick you with the Aku. But something's missing, and it's obvious. But oh boy, it got sidetracked as hell. We're talking about Garcia. Ended up being a Yuta roast, but I like Yuta. I like where he's come. Cause I didn't like him before in Best Friends. He was heavily wasted and heavily boring. But
I didn't like him at all. I was thinking people are talking about him. I'm like, I haven't seen anything from him.
No.
for people to be talking like this.
But yeah, I'm a fan of his now. I just want him to. Well, I don't know. He just needs to take it to the next level. Leave it there.
Yeah. Let's continue to move on with this Rampage stuff. We're getting way too off topic. So the next match now. Next match was Eddie Kingston versus Sammy Guevara. I'm surprised this match even happened in the first place. I didn't think that they would be able to work together. So, you know, I say big praises to them in order to even have this match. And you could tell that they worked out their problems, because the first thing that happened was Sammy Guevara got the mic and he just called Eddie Kingston a fat piece of shit or something like that.
You're a fat
So
piece
obviously,
of shit.
Sammy's so funny on the mic, man. He can't talk.
He can't talk, and it's just he talks like he can't talk. If that makes
Exactly.
any sense. You're a fat piece of shit. You're a bitch.
He's funny.
He says he does the same thing every time, but
Yeah, all the time. He's got these keywords that he has to say to make himself look good.
son of a bitch.
But I'm not roasting him like that. I'm just making a few jokes and whatever. But yeah, you can tell that obviously they worked out their differences. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to say that to him. And obviously, they put on a decent match. It was a good match. It was quite a good match. They had their back and forths. They made it quite. Obviously, the rivalry was a bit fiery, so the match was a bit more fiery as well. Kingston and his chops are crazy as always. But yeah, it was quite a good back and forth. Few good spots within that match as well.
Yeah. See, I don't know if they sorted it out. I feel like it's more of a statement match. There's so much going on, and obviously the backstage stuff going on. I think they just needed to show that they can operate regardless of backstage stuff that happened. Obviously, them two, they've served. Well, Eddie served his suspension, so now you need to come back.
Yeah.
You need to be professional, and you need to work. You know, you need to just work, whether you like each other or not. You need to.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning. That's what I was meaning. I wasn't meaning obviously they worked out the differences. I meant they worked out enough that they're able to have a match with each other and be professional about things still.
Yeah, I feel like Kingston's someone that will take his shit to the grave. I don't think he forgives anyone.
Nah.
But yeah, obviously I can work with you. You know, obviously he worked with Punk. I know he don't like Punk at all, but I think
he worked with Cesaro. Don't like Cesaro.
That's true. So I feel like he's someone he just know he's got to be professional, and he fucked up before. But with what's going on now, yeah, they have to show some chivalry. But yeah, in that match, boy, yeah, he was licking him. There was some grudge attacks in there, slaps.
That was the word I was looking for. A grudge match.
Yeah, it's a fat grudge match.
Grudge match.
Like a shoot grudge match. Like it's real going down, but yeah, they pulled it off. It was a decent match. I mean, it had that weird intensity. What's gonna happen? Will it kick off type thing, which probably helped, but yeah, they're professional, so it didn't. But
yeah,
it was enjoyable.
And yeah, there was an extra story within this match as well. So Eddie Kingston hit Sammy with 3 hurricanes and slapped him in the face and finished him off with the stretch plum. So Eddie Kingston's won the match now, but afterwards he holds it and he stays in the submission move, and then the refs and security come out to take him off. And then randomly, we haven't seen this happen before, but the referee overrid the match and awarded the win to Sammy Guevara. So what I said on the previous podcast was something about that there was a referee storyline going on, and obviously now we found out what the storyline is. The announcers noted that Tony Khan challenged the head official to tighten up the officiating, and after some legal tactics or something like that, something along those lines. So that's the storyline that they seem to be doing with the referees. That they're doing, that they need to make sure that they're tightening up within their matches. But I'm not too sure if that worked into the previous stuff about botches and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, for this match, that's all that I could see was about the referee spot.
Yeah, I remember you saying before. I haven't read nothing else on it. Obviously, we was waiting for this show. I did notice it too. And obviously, I put 2 and 2 together when you said last week, and obviously they overruled the decision. I thought, this might play into it. all I'll say with this stuff is careful what you draw attention to. You don't want to make storylines out of everything that has a lot of truth to it. You know what I mean? It's just it's like starting a storyline about someone. Oh, this guy doesn't lock his doors at night. Don't do that storyline if he doesn't lock his doors at night, because you might just get robbed. So that's all I'd say. Don't keep making storylines out of negatives. It might have some backlash, but yeah, I mean, because again, if you make it a storyline, oh, we're gonna officiate better. When someone finds something that doesn't make sense, it's just gonna get scrutinized even more now.
Yeah, because it's a thing of most of the time the referees do make mistakes. Yeah. So now, when they make those mistakes, are you then gonna say, okay, the referee is gonna now change his mind about a decision just because he made the mistakes when they're actual mistakes within the match?
Actual mistake, exactly.
You know
it's like saying, oh, this is now a botch-free wrestling company. It's like the botches,
it's not gonna happen.
They're not on purpose. They're accidental. So when it happens, now it's a big deal. Oh, you said there's no botches because man tripped on the top rope. So I'd avoid it. I don't think it's worth it. There's too many people. You got trios champions who are losing. You're talking about referee storyline. Like, you need to do a storyline with your champions first, cuz. But we'll see. I mean, if it's entertaining, you know what I mean, it might be worth the ride. But I just think there's a lot they have to focus on.
Yeah, if it was for just this match, then yeah, that's fine. Okay, we can that can work. But yeah, if it's for all the other little aspects of the referees and if they make the right decisions and calls, then maybe that might be a bit of a techie one.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. I mean, yeah, they reversed the decision. Eddie banged him bare time, like you said.
Eddie banged him,
stretched the shit out of him, and then he's lost. So we'll see where it goes. I'm not gonna judge it right now. I'll just say I've said my piece, but we'll see where it goes. It could lead to something great for all I know. So let me not chat too much shit.
Yeah, usually we have the trust with AEW to, have their storylines and let them play out correctly. Because at the end, most of the time, it does work out.
Yeah, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. They wouldn't just do it randomly, surely.
Yeah, exactly. Or meaningless.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And if it goes wrong, I'll be the first one to jump on you and say so. And if it goes good, which I'm hoping it will, then I'll be very pleased to watch and review it.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Right, so next up, we had Diamante versus Jade.
Quickness.
Quickness once again. As we said before, we didn't really see Diamante as a challenge for Jade anyway. They haven't built up, as we said, no one to actually be this contender to Jade, unfortunately. But as it goes, they had a decent match. Sometimes when Jade has these quicker matches, sometimes there's a few botches in that, but I think this match ran quite smoothly and they worked well together.
Yeah, it was smooth. They worked well together, and it was what you expected if you've been watching. She retained. Jade retained. She was not going to lose that championship. Diamantis is probably. I wish they used that. I always wanted her to join Santana and Ortiz when they were doing their thing.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, I always wanted her to be more. A bigger vocal point on the show, but it never happened, and now she's in this void. She's in oblivion. Where she's kind of just there. Like, I thought she was even there. She pops up, but I'd like to see her build up and do something meaningful. But she wasn't gonna win here. It was a decent matchup. Quick as hell, man. You sneezed, you missed it, man. Again, the pairing with her and Trina was random as well. And
I knew exactly this was gonna happen. That I thought it would happen during the match or something, but it just happened randomly afterwards with the deadest slap ever.
Dead.
She barely touched her face, man. That slap was so crap. She definitely held back. That was me. Never mind.
Go on. What are you gonna say?
Never mind.
It was.
It was what it was. Decent match. And expected win. Obviously, Jade's winning. She's dominant. She hit a nice F5 outside the ring onto the apron.
Yeah, Jay's good. Again, she just
That's
needs.
quite good.
She's
She's getting better. She's improving and stuff.
She's improving. She just needs more high quality opponents and maybe more long term feuds. I think it's very short burst feuds to get the next number on the on her score, on her undefeated streak. I think it needs to be, maybe she needs a longer feud, next one, or maybe they're trying to build up so that, you know, when it get to the big number, then it'll be a big feud for that one. But I don't know. I think she's just run through so many people, and there's certain people she can't face just yet. Like Britain, that you can't face them just yet because that's going to be a big match. You can't just blow that. So I understand that they're a bit held back or whatnot, but maybe try and switch it up for the meantime. Then put her in a triples threat with someone because you're not beating. Like, you could have thrown. I don't know. They're doing their thing. I just want them to keep it interesting, and I want Jade to grow as well. I want it to be helpful for her so she can get better. So you need to be in. It's like the Blackpool or William Regal says. You have to face, high intensity great wrestlers to get better. That's why he doesn't want to recruit everybody because who are we going to face?
Exactly.
So that's exactly what I mean. In real terms, like the better opponent she has to face, the better she'll get.
Definitely.
But yeah, she got turned on. And it's so it is what it is. The baddies. The baddies got cheating now. So
yeah,
come on.
And now the final match on the card of the Grand Slam. Oh, this is how you started off the podcast, right?
Yeah, the Grand Slam, man, the golden ticket.
The golden ticket. Grand Slam Battle Royal for the number 1 contender.
But you say final match?
Yeah, yes. Oh wait. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not.
You're gonna say
that's unsanctioned though. That's unsanctioned.
Oh yeah. Fair
the final real match on the card, I guess.
I suppose. I see what you did.
Yeah. Final match. Yeah, the Grand Slam Battle Royal. I didn't think there was this much people in the match. They didn't really announce who was gonna be in the match either. Well, not that I saw. I did see a graphic before, and it was just Dark Order and some other people, but there wasn't many people in the graphic. But yeah, there was hella people in this match. Some people that we haven't seen in ages as well. We had bloody damn Cage in this match. Yeah, we had quite a good few people in this match. Some people that obviously you didn't see winning at all anyway, like QT that we just saw there getting eliminated. The thing for me was I didn't know who the hell was in this match in the first place.
No, exactly. I was gonna say I thought the people on the graphic were the only people in the match.
Yeah.
So I thought there was gonna be like 5-6 people. And then and then someone came out to attack Paige. I'm like, oh, who's this? And then they just kept piling out. The next thing we had about 50 people in the ring, and I didn't know 40 of them. So, exactly. So it was very confusing. But it's a battle royal, man. Isn't it? It's just an over the top battle royal.
That's how it goes anyway.
So it is what it is. Obviously, you got you had another trios champion in this match. You had Penta in his lovely Bumblebee costume getting thrown out like a little bomb. But he obviously wasn't going to win. I mean, it's a battle royal, so it's more forgiving than if it was a singles match. But yeah, there are some good spots in here. But again, it was a battle royal, so there's no really point doing the whole a blow for blow because it gets messy after a while.
Yeah, who was your predictions in this match? Obviously, I knew you didn't see every single person that was in the match, but from when you realized who was in the match, who did you think would take the win or deserve the win?
I was stuck between Roosh and Hangman, to be fair, but I thought Roosh already challenged Moxley, so I thought it probably wouldn't be him. But my prediction was Hangman, but I thought they would swerve us. I thought someone left field would take it, but it never happened. So Hangman just took it, so now it's Hangman versus Moxley.
Yeah,
which is it could be a good match. Problem with that is I don't think Hangman's gonna win that. Nah,
because the one thing I was thinking is Hangman was just already in the tournament. Yeah. I don't think he should have been in this as well. I think they should have maybe replaced it with someone else. Because obviously, whoever faces Moxley, they're not gonna win. So it could have been
for real.
Someone big still, but not Hangman again. He was already in the tournament. He's already had his opportunity, I'd say. So it should have been maybe someone else.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who.
Not that Hangman is a good. Hangman's a good choice still. He'll put on a solid match. He might even have a spot where he almost wins because Hangman's good. Hangman is that good.
Yeah, legit. Yeah, he is
But
good, but he's not gonna win. He's not gonna beat him.
Exactly. Everyone else in this match, I didn't even see you even winning at all. Anyway.
Yeah, it's hard to say who deserved it out of this lot because I can't see any of them winning. I'm a big fan of Murderhawk. I wish he was more featured.
Yeah.
I think Murderhawk, he grew on me big time, so I'd like to see him doing more stuff. But I don't know. It is what it is. Hangman's your guy. Can't see him beating Mox. So then, what's the point of it? Is there going to be a storyline to it? Is something going to happen? Imagine if he did beat him. What happens next? No, it doesn't make any sense because whoever wins next is just holding it for MJF. So
yeah. I mean, yeah. It is what it is. Hangman was obviously the best competitor in that match to take the win for the championship match. And yeah, it's going to be a great match when they do get down to it.
Yeah, for sure. So
I say I hope they build Hangman back up because ever since he lost the championship, with this whole Dark Order stuff, he's gone kind of downhill. I think the Dark Order just brings him down for some reason. Like, Dark Order isn't doing anything of note, so I think they need to be removed from the Hangman situation. Hangman needs to do his own thing. I think Dark Order just keeps bringing him down, and that's what I saw with this match as well. I just saw, Dark Order just holding back basically.
Yeah, Dark Order, they're oversaturated and they have no direction. So they overexpose Hangman in the process. And they make him have no direction because he just hangs around with them. But it had its moment, it had its time. It was cool for a little while, but we are way past the relevance of that. Without any progression, like it's never like he took hold as a leader and changed the direction, or they all turned heel, or they turned on him, or it's just coasting. It just coasts. They're friends and that's it. And they just hang out backstage. There's nothing to it. It's meaningless. So, and it comes across that way. And like you said, it drags Hangman down. It pulls him back down from the card, from his red hot Stone Cold days when Hangman was coming out drinking beer and he was a nuthead. To now where it's just like he's just like unknown relations with the Dark Order. So.
Yeah, something needs to happen with that. It seems like there's something happening already with this Rush and Andrade trying to recruit 10. I mean, for me, I'd say let him go there, man. Just let him take them, because obviously that would mean something for someone from the Dark Order doing something different.
Yeah,
And if the rest of them ain't got nothing for them, then let someone do something else for a while.
They just need to switch it up. No one loses, no one will. It can't get any drier, basically. So I'd go for it.
Definitely. And then next up, we have the true main event now, but it was unsanctioned lights out, of course. The main event match, Hobbs, man like Obs, shall I say, and
Obs.
Starks. Obs and Starks, no H.
Ricky Stark, Pretty Ricky versus Obs, no H.
Yeah, this was a great match, I'd say, man. They are good together. It's only let me clear something up. Last time I said that they're better friends than enemies. Of course they're gonna be great enemies. It's just I don't want to see either of them losing a match against each other. Basically, that was my meaning. But yeah, as enemies, of course they're great. They had good matches. The first match was obviously a bit faster, but this match, it was necessary for their feud. And I'm glad it was an unsanctioned lights out, because as I was saying, they don't need losses on their record. So it being unsanctioned, it was perfect that, Starks can take the win over Hobbs, or, Hobbs can take a win over Starks. Whoever won, it would have been fine because it's unsanctioned. It doesn't matter. It's not on their record. This match was I don't know. Yeah, for a no disqualifications match, they did quite well because usually, obviously, you don't see them in these type of matches. So I say for this being them two together as well, they're just great, man. They know each other well and they work off each other well as well.
The storyline's great. We've seen the whole friendship. They didn't know each other before. We watched the whole Team Taz coming up. We've seen these two, work together. We've seen these two become partners, and we've seen the whole thing. So we have the whole story here. And again, we saw him turn on him, and it's been a great rivalry since. The match was intense. It is a grudge match. They really are trying to. It looks like they really are trying to take each other out.
Definitely.
There's a lot going on, a lot of stuff moving, and I'm glad, as you said, they did the whole unsanctioned match, because it means it's off the records. It never happened type thing.
Yeah.
Which was good because again, I didn't. Neither should be losing, and I don't want the whole rubber match thing. But yeah, it was good. It was really good. Them two are good. I don't know where it's going to go from this point. Whether they're going to continue it on, or hopefully this is the end of it. But
yeah, more time. This would be the end of it, really. Because the thing is, when it comes down to combinations of matches, it's like where further can you go other than the unsanctioned? Unsanctioned, you're supposed to be able to just do anything. So it would be then from a point of what would be next for them if they are going to continue it. They can't really go much further. Obviously, there's much more matches to do. But as I said before, these two are going to be great stars. So I think moving them away from this rivalry as soon as possible is best for them, so they can go ahead and do their own thing. They've both got a win over each other now. And yeah, there's a lot more that they can do in other areas rather than facing each other. Starks can have so many feuds with so many different people. Hobbs can have so many feuds with so many different people, and just be in their own lanes and work themselves up the roster. But yeah, this match was great. Obviously, Starks took the win this time. He hit a dirty big Rochambeau on Hobbs. I thought he was almost gonna land on his neck for a second. Obviously, Hobbs is heavy, innit? I don't think he'll be able to pick him up in the first place, because that move is quite awkward. It's like a what was that move Farouk used to do? Is it
Dominator?
Yeah, it's like a Dominator type move. So it's a bit of an awkward landing, but yeah, it looks good, and I'm glad that he's able to hit it on bigger people. Shows that he's able to beat a bigger star. Because sometimes when you're a smaller guy, you have to change up your finisher when you're facing bigger opponents and stuff. So if you're able to have a finisher that you can hit on anyone, yeah, you're good. Overall, what did you think of Rampage?
Yeah, it was a lot better than the normal Rampages. I think this one was 2 hours, so the 2 hour format definitely helps, because you can get into it a bit more. They've got a bit more pacing, spacing. They got a bit more content on there, so it was definitely more lively than usual. I know it's still a Grand Slam version, so I enjoyed the show. There were some great moments on there. Again, as always, some few things I disagreed with, but the wrestling was good. The outcomes were good for most things, so I think it was a great show.
Most of the matchups they were all right. They would I'd say, other than the Diamante, that could be explained a bit more. As in, yeah, she's just racking up her wins at the moment. But yeah, with the Josh Woods and Tony Nese versus Joe and Wardlow, wasn't really necessary. But other than that, the rest of the matches, yeah, it was good matchups and etc. Yeah, we've already explained the rest of the stuff that we needed to. But overall, yeah, the show was quite good. It flowed quite well as well, I'd say, because it was 2 hours. They were able to have more time and be able to do what they needed to do within the matches.